Greetings and welcome, viewers. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for those who subscribe. And today I want to discuss an issue. It's a phrase we often hear. We often hear people saying, oh, my truth, our truth, etc. And what I really want to do is talk through and make the comparison between your truth, my truth, and the truth, the real truth. So, just before we proceed, my cat has just relocated himself to near the tripod of the camera, so this will be interesting. If I disappear off the face of the screen, you'll know everything's crashed. So, we hear people always explaining, oh, my truth, this, the truth, this and that and the other. But in actual fact, what we need to focus on as righteous Gentiles, as Noahides, is we need to concentrate on our simple life with Torah and prayer, appropriate for us as Noahides. And that leads one automatically to correct choices and a satisfying life. So that's basically what we're talking about today from a Noahide point of view. Now, happiness and reward in life, it stems from knowledge or the truth, the real truth, that Hashem, God, is the one true, only God, and created everything that is in existence. So the truth can be captured in this nutshell. The truth is Hashem. The truth is in God. So, when we hear this phrase, oh, my truth, your truth, etc., well, it is the actual truth of God that we need to use as the yardstick. That's the measurement. And the simpler we keep that, the better off we will all be. Because we've always got to complicate things. Human beings are absolutely phenomenal in how they can take a simple concept and create it into the most convoluted and confusing issue known to man. So we're focusing on simplicity. There is a God. He created all that exists. He's the supreme being. He knows everything, sees, hears everything that is going on 24/7. Simple. God is like the oxygen we breathe. Can't see it, can't touch him, can't smell him. He's there. He's there. Everything, the air we inhale, the beating of our heart, that's Hashem. The essence of Hashem. There's no figure. There's no, he doesn't have helpers, anything like that. God is ethereal. One thing, one unit. Now, the thing is that we have to not fool ourselves, because if we do this, this my truth, your truth, that leads us into the grips of what some of us know as the evil inclination. So once you start that doubting or progressing with your truths or your understanding, I love it when people say, my understanding of faith is, and you think, here we go. But we need to just remember that we have to stay out of the grips of the evil inclination. Now, we hear the saying, oh, if I had more money, if I'd had a better education, if I lived in a better house, if I had a better job, if I'd gone to a better school. We go on and on. This procrastinating, this is why I haven't got, or this is why I can't get. It's because of. And people often go through life like that. So what we need to do is recognize the strength of our simplicity, the strength in simplicity in our life. And that is to ignore that evil inclination that's nagging at the back of your head, that little thing that creeps in, it's like a worm getting into an apple. We need to ignore this expression of my truth, your truth. And we need to also ignore yours and my comparisons. When we make comparisons and say, oh, if only I was like so-and-so, or I wish I could do this like such and such, I wish I'd had a different career. That's all comparisons and all excuses, and really it's just achieving nothing. It's really like throwing mud in the face of Hashem. So let's get down to this. What should we be doing instead then? Well, we should be happy regardless of the outcomes each day. Let's just take it on a daily basis. Don't compare ourselves to others each day. And you've got to keep reminding yourself in the simplest way, but frequently, that you are a unique individual. You are specially created by God. Even identical twins are different. So you are one of a kind, and you were created especially by God. And God had a mission for you, a special task for you. You are important. The world cannot exist without you playing your role in this world as it exists now. So think over that a little bit. Your role is important. You cannot afford to be spending time in there, procrastinating about if only I had, or, why me, why does this happen, etc. You've just start thinking about what it is that you already have. What it is you can already do. What it is you're grateful for. These are the things that we have to concentrate on. The simple things are the best things to grab and hold on to, like giving your best effort always. You may not be the best scholar in the class, or you may not be the best butcher in the town, or whatever, but whatever your task is, you must do to the best of your God-given ability. Pray regularly. Pray from the heart. Put the prayer book away. Pray from the heart. Sit in a corner quietly and say, Hashem, I'm messing things up. I'm getting things wrong, but I think I've improved it. Talk to Hashem. Don't procrastinate to the oxygen out there. Say, I've got to stop this, Hashem. Give me the strength to overcome this stepping stone. Give me the strength to be more positive and more grateful for the blessings you give me. Start emphasizing on what you've already got, not what you wish you had. Be thankful for what you have now. Be happy about it. Not just thankful, but be gratefully happy. Now, the next thing we need to understand clearly, and I know people say this over and over again, but it just seems it has to be said, that Hashem assesses each of us on an individual basis. Okay? And that is according to each of our capabilities and our knowledge and capacity to do whatever it is we're to do for Hashem. So we're all judged individually. We all have tasks that Hashem expects us to do because He knows we can do it, and that means everybody across the board. So even the most menial task that is expected of someone who is not able to do a lot of things is just as important as some great big task somebody else achieves that can achieve it. So we must understand that what we are giving and doing for Hashem is an individual thing. and it's judged individually according to our ability, to what we can do. And so we shouldn't be comparing our efforts to those of others. And be grateful that you can do something for Hashem. So we need to think of each small and good, honest thing we do. What was something small and honest I did today? Was there something big and honest I did today? But what was something good and an honest step that I took today? That's what actually makes this whole process of the real truth understandable. So that's important. Do the best that you can do. We're not asking, Hashem's not asking you to sprout wings and fly. He is asking you to do what you are capable of. Do the best you can. Be thankful always for all things. And I often say, even the good, the bad, and even the ugly and uncomfortable. Be grateful for all things because there's a lesson in it. It's meant to come our way, all things. And acknowledge your values and good characteristics. Now, this is very important. All that time you spend thinking, oh, I wish I could lose weight, or I wish I was taller, or I wish I had this, that, and the other. Start thinking about the good things about yourself, the values and the characteristics that you have. Because then you are recognizing and complimenting Hashem. You're saying, Hashem, you know what? You've given me ability to be able to write things. I can put thoughts together and make presentations. I can gather information and put it in succinct order. I can do that. I'm good at that. Or you might be someone who is very good at delegating things. You know, task manager. You can grab into you a group of people with certain capabilities that you know can execute that task you want done. So, yeah, you're good at that. Other people can be excellent cooks. How I envy them. I'm not a good cook. Not good at all. But there are others that can be reading a book at the same time, mixing this, pouring, stirring. And next thing, they've got this feast on the table. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't. I have not got any culinary gifts whatsoever. So we need to look at and appreciate what we do well, what we know we're good at. Now, I'll use myself as an example. I like to sew. Thanks be to Hashem, I learned to sew at my mother's knee. I always had a bit of material and a needle and thread, what have you. And I've used those sewing skills through life for many reasons, and I appreciate that I can sew. I'm a reasonably good sewer. I enjoy doing patchwork and things like that. So I can do that. I'm thankful that I learnt that skill from my mother. So we need to acknowledge these things, and this constant denigration has got to stop, because that's just throwing mud in the face of Hashem. Instead, you say, Hashem, you know what? I realise I can do such and such. Thank you so much for that gift. Thank you so much for that opportunity I had to learn how to do such and such or whatever. And then the other thing that you need to focus on then is recognise that you're going to improve gradually now. As you go through each day from henceforth, you're going to make yourself be happier. Focus more on the happiness and the goodness and the results rather than, oh, I wish, if only if. And this way, by focusing on the positive and the good things and examining the good points that you have within, this is moving forward. It's a positive, progressive step. So you've got to look at that, and you've got to concentrate and work on it, you know. Put aside all this negative stuff, your truth, my truth, our truth, whatever. We want to just concentrate on the truth of Hashem. All things come from Hashem. He knows everything that is going on. All things happen for a reason. We are part of that scheme, and we're here to do a job. We were made for a specific purpose on this earth. So let's get to it and start doing it. The simple truth is much more than your truth. It's a whole different world. So more about the truth than our truth. Please, thank you for watching. Thank you, subscribers, and please take care and God bless.